So I have a meeting right now with someone who offered to go pro bono on creating a new website for me. We're gonna see if we can't come up with some ideas, work something out that is beneficial for both of us. But he hit me up through Instagram and asked if I would be interested. Obviously, I said yes, and we'll see how that goes. Having a solid website is one of the most important things you could do for your brand. That's where you're gonna lead people to see your work, see the branding, see what you're about, your look, your feel, and it is just a proper thing to have whenever you're trying to attract clients. I appreciate you reaching out to me.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, I am more than happy to talk about finding something that maybe the design is more cohesive, look and feel and everything like that.
I'm down to do that, man. I meant what I said too from the jump, as far as like just doing it totally pro bono.
As of right now, is this like your full-time thing, is doing website design?
Yeah, it's my full-time thing as much as I could do. I'm portfolio building right now, so a lot of stuff that if you got a chance to see, I just did it as like straight up, like if that client were to hire me, then I just designed their site. I don't know, I thought it would be easier for me, but it's been a challenge. So now I'm looking at real estate. I'm looking, to help creators get their stuff off the ground too, so.
Yeah, dude, I'm happy to help however I can. I'm actually filming for the vlog right now. I don't know if you want to say what's up to the vlog.
What up?
Excited to see what you cook up.
All right, Jared.
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk to you later, man. Keep
cool.
in touch.
Yeah, I'm excited. Later.
All right, for sure. Later.
Yeah, so that's Zach Wolfert. He sent me a message on Instagram, like I say, asking to make my website for me or remake the website. He's just trying to figure out his way in the creative space, which leads me to the topic of this video, which is people always asking me, how do I become a full-time freelancer? And I'm just gonna say right now, the answer is gonna be grounded in reality. I do not have secret sauce. There's not a secret council of freelancers withholding information from everybody. It's gonna take three things: patience, good gear, and connections. One of the biggest things I tell people to do right off the bat, because it's free minus your time, is to just start making content, whether that's YouTube, Instagram Reels, whatever. Bringing somebody into your journey and your behind the scenes and everything that you're going through instantly gets people attached to what you're doing and your progress. I have gotten probably 5 or 6 good paying clients from them finding the YouTube channel. It is a great business card for people to see how you are on set, what your skills are, what gear you have. It really helps bring people into who you are, and it sells them on hiring you before you even have to talk to them on the phone or through some Google Meet. The second thing, and you're gonna hear me say this all the time in vlogs, is action brings action. The more you do, the more opportunities you get. Whether that's cold calling people, going into businesses and just straight up handing them a business card, talking to your friends and family, every single time you put yourself out there, you're taking the next step forward. I do videography. I'm local to the area, and I was curious if y'all would be interested in like a free video or something.
Yeah, man, I'd love that actually. That'd be great.
And you have no idea who you're gonna run to, who is gonna connect with you, whose cousin is the owner of Microsoft, and just trying to find creative ways to get people to recognize you, who you are, and what you do is gonna be one way that you're gonna find success. Connections is key. Now, when I say you have to have good gear, I know a lot of people are not gonna like that. But for me, in my opinion, you do need a basic set of gear. A good camera, something that shoots 4K 60, which almost all of them do now. Please don't ask me which one. If it's me, I'm gonna go towards Sony, but you do whatever you wanna do. You need good audio equipment, something like I have now, which is the Rode NTG5 that lives on my FX6. I have the F6 audio recorder, and this is great for whenever I'm filming events. I can tap into the board, or things like this whenever I need to set up a boom mic, or something like these DJI Lav mics. Great quality, they're wireless, they're cheap. It's something that you can carry with you anywhere. And then last but not least, good lighting, like I have here. Small Rig sent me out their 220 a few months ago, and it's a great light that I carry here in the office. Lighting nowadays has gotten pretty cheap, and there's really no excuse to not have a decent set of lights. Get 3 lights. You want a small one that you could have be portable. You want a decent power source, preferably like a 600, 500 watt light if you're doing corporate big window stuff. And then you want to get something that's good for a hair light. The Amaran 60X is a perfect example. I use it all the time when I'm doing inside interior shots, when I need a hair light. It's also a good light to travel with. So as far as gear goes, you just need the basics to get started. Don't worry about everything else. Don't worry about having cine lenses and the big monitors and all that other stuff. It will come with time. First, you need good gear, then you need good connections, then you need to find clients. And the last thing is patience. You're gonna have to have patience. Connections are gonna take time to grow. Opportunities are gonna take time to come to you. It's just gonna take time. You're gonna have to spend a lot of time doing things maybe you don't like building a website, posting on socials, getting portfolio work, doing free work so that you have stuff to put in your portfolio. This stuff takes time and it's not getting any easier. So really, the biggest piece of advice I can give is just get out there and start doing things. You cannot be found if no one knows who you are. We're in the social media digital age. It just is what it is. Whether you like it or not, it's the best way to get connected with people. It's the best decision I ever made. I would never go back. I never want to go back. That's why I push so hard to keep it going with the YouTube channel and the Instagram and the apparel and everything I'm trying to do, because I do not want to give up being a creator. It's what I love, and even though times I get burnt out, this is what makes me happy. And I think for most people out there, it's just getting past your lack of confidence in yourself and caring about what other people think. It used to be weird for me to post videos online. It's not weird anymore. In fact, a lot of my friends are actually very supportive of it now. So get out there, make something, you won't regret it. There's a lot of big things happening this week. We potentially have the shoot with the NFL player. I'm waiting to hear back from that. We're still just we're still just in the final negotiations of that, trying to figure out if we can all agree on a pricing and pricing structure and everything like that. The second thing is my first sample of merch comes in this Thursday. In fact, the Film Club brand started out as an apparel company for filmmakers like years ago. That was my initial idea. I had no desire to do a production company. I was just gonna stay as a freelancer. And then the meeting today that I have, I'm not really 100% sure what the details are, but I do believe it's gonna be a pretty good opportunity within esports. Time to get caffeine and breakfast. We've got this great spot at this little gas station by our house that makes amazing Mexican food. So every now and again I'll come up here and get a good breakfast. They make some mean chilaquile. Oh, perfect. Thank you. I am trying right now to challenge myself to post reels for the next 30 days just to see how much growth I actually see from doing that and making that effort and stuff. The hard part is just kind of coming up with the ideas. I do see growth. I have been seeing a little bit of growth, so I don't know. I think we'll keep it up and see if it equates to anything. I mean, come on. How can you deny how good these look? So as you can see, this office is an absolute mess. I have gear everywhere. I do have a plan coming up in the next couple weeks to take this spot and make it a proper gear organization area. So I'm gonna get one of the Husky tool benches and organize this thing proper, but that's for later. I hate when my office is messy. It just clutters my mind, so I'm going to clean that right now using the power of editing. Abracadabra. It's a lot better, in my opinion. Looks nice. See the floor? It's time to hop in this meeting and see what it is about. Hello, how's it going? Yep. All right, bye. Well, that's exciting. They always say bad things come in threes. Walking out and seeing that there's water going all through my yard was number one. Number two was getting a call from the mechanic today after I sent my truck in. Turns out the whole engine needs replaced, so that's about a $10,000 fix. I do not have $10,000 to fix that truck. I'm really excited to see what number three could be. So this is the water shutoff valve for the entire house. So right now there is no water. The problem is I can't get the water out enough to get down in there and kind of see like where it's coming from. I'm pretty sure I burnt the motor on the shop vac trying to get the water out. So it's time to get a cup. You know, this is just one of those things that a lot of people don't talk about. It's not just the business and all the expenses that come with that, but there's also just the typical life stuff you also got to deal with. This stuff doesn't get put on the back burner. Stuff like your car breaking down or problems with the house or anything. And when your money comes from the business, and when the business isn't generating a bunch of money or anything like that, things like this can also really throw you off. It's honestly perfect it happened now while I'm trying to make this video, because again, I want it to be about the actual reality of trying to start your own business, the things that come with it. If I had a regular 9-to-5 job, it's easy to put money back and save for things like this. But the money I did have saved for stuff like this got spent up when we were dealing with the Japan trip, when we were dealing with not having a ton of work during December, and we have just been playing hardcore catch up for a few months now. And before a lot of people start trying to say stuff, this is the mechanic we've used our entire life. He's always done right by us. Don't try to say that the mechanic is lying to us. So I know for a lot of people, including myself, connecting with the right people is the hard part. And the one thing that I found that really started to open doors for me was to just ask people out for coffee. Now, in my opinion, where a lot of people get it wrong is they want to reach out for the big dogs. They're trying to go for the big production companies or a very established creator or whatever, someone outside of their range. And you have to realize that it's a give and a take. If I have nothing to offer you, why would you give me anything? So a lot of the times it's finding people within your same bubble or your same level, wherever you're at, and trying to connect with them, grow with them. Find people just a little bit above you or a little bit below you or people on the same level as you. And when you're making connections, it shouldn't just be with the idea that you're trying to get a bunch of work. People know really quickly whenever someone is just hitting them up because they want something versus whenever they're trying to make a genuine connection with somebody. So reach out to people, ask for coffee, and I promise you, as the days, months, years go by, not only are you gonna find people who can provide you work or you can provide work for, but more importantly, you're gonna make friends, and friends in the space who understand what you're doing and going through. That's a pretty tough one to beat. And one very important thing to remember is you're not always gonna have work. People aren't always gonna be calling you, hitting you up. There's gonna be times where you have high highs, getting the best job you could ever imagine, and low lows where there's just weeks going by where there's nothing going on. The last thing I'll say on it is to just trust yourself. Keep making content, keep making connections, keep putting work out there, and keep trying. And I promise you, over time, it will all add up and you will find success. You just gotta be patient. Also, fun fact, this is our local park, the biggest park in the whole city. That's a prison. Oh, yes! Film Club's first ever apparel sample has finally come in. I cannot wait to show you guys. I'm so excited for you to see what we're cooking up. But first, I gotta tell you about our channel's first sponsor, FrameSet. That'll work. When I say I've been using FrameSet for about 6 or 7 months pretty religiously. I use it for the spec ad, I use it for the Japan shoot, and I even use it sometimes for these vlogs. What I love about FrameSet's website is that they not only have stills, but they also have what's called motion. This is a really nice feature if you're trying to see the action play out or get the energy of what the vibe and shot should look like. And I use this in the spec ad. I took a lot of the motions from FrameSet and pieced it together with my sound design so I could get the look, feel, and energy that I wanted to convey whenever we were shooting. This also helped the DP when he saw it to understand what we were trying to accomplish. FrameSet's search filters are actually a little bit overwhelming at times, but in the best way possible. If your look is supposed to be green or blue or red, you can filter by colors and see different shot ideas that people use to create those colored looks within their shots. And one of the things I love the most is their similar search. So if you find a look or frame that you really like, you can actually similar search and it will pull up a bunch of other frames that match that certain style. This is great when you're kind of headed down a rabbit hole of different looks. And again, something I use for the vlogs when I'm just trying to think of creative ways to come up with different and unique shots. More I could say about FrameSet, like the ability to actually click on the link and go to video from where the frame is from, create sets based off of what look or video you're trying to accomplish. And last but not least, the best part is it's free. You can search up to 10 times a day at no charge. There is a tier which is gonna offer you more benefits like faster searches, 4K downloads, and other things like that. So if you have any interest at all, I have an affiliate link down below where you can sign up or just try it out for yourself. And hopefully you find value in FrameSet and your ability to create new and exciting looks or to teach you about filmmaking. This is a great way to get out of a creative rut. And I kid you not, I would not be talking about this if I didn't fully believe in the product. Thank you, FrameSet, for sponsoring this video. And now, let's check out this merch. So this is the filmmaker shirt I've been working on. It says on the front, a creator of films whose body of work stands as a love letter to cinema. We have filmmaker spelled out all phonetically. It's an oversized tee. So this is option number 1. This is in black with the cream writing. It's nice and soft and heavy. Then we have option number 2, which personally is my favorite. We have the charcoal color, again, with the cream writing. On the final versions, these will actually be in the shirt itself. As of right now, they are just direct to fabric, so these are like basically vinyl on top. But the final version will basically be like printed into the fabric itself and be all one piece, so you won't have a texture on the writing. Hopefully, apparel coming soon. It's funny what you're willing to do when you become a little bit desperate. I've had the idea of doing a digital product for quite some time now, and it just popped in my head. There's a certain effect that I love to use on my fast-paced edits, and I don't think I've ever really seen anybody do some type of overlay or anything. So I'm about to do a couple test shots. If it comes out the way I'm hoping, I think this could actually be a pretty dope product, and hopefully a way for me to pay for the engine on my truck. So at first I was just gonna make these flashes and like that's it, just like an overlay. I don't have like a crazy good ability to make sound effects, but enough that I think that I can make like 6 or 7 good flash sound effects to complement the pack itself. So that's what I'm going to do now. I feel like I'm about to hop on the mic. It sounds pretty good so far. I'm pretty excited. I think this is actually going to be pretty cool. And just from the little bit I've started to play with it on different shots, I think it's going to be sick. And I could definitely see myself using it because I love this type of quick, fast effect. I just finished exporting everything, audio and overlays. I've been working for, I don't know, 12, 13 hours a day. Just like constantly trying to get stuff done with the vlog and just everything else. But the flash effect pack is in a good spot. Tomorrow we're going to work on building the landing page and basically setting up like a way for people to purchase it. I've never done that before. There's so many different things within the filmmaking world that I just like see opportunities in and I just want to like go for essentially. But I think this pack is sick. I've been using it even in this vlog. You might have seen a couple of the transitions here and there. And I do think it's going to offer something dope. Maybe unique. I know people are probably a little exhausted with seeing the overlay packs and stuff, but a little bit left to do today. I need to send out a couple invoices. I just had a job opportunity come through, so trying to figure out when that's going to be and if I can take it or not, because it does seem to conflict with a possible job that I have going on right now. I'm just going to try to get as much stuff done as I possibly can before the weekend. It's Colt's 3rd birthday party tomorrow, so I'm going to make sure I'm completely tentative for that. So I just got a text from the guy about the NFL shoot. He wants to do a trial run on Sunday afternoon. So we're gonna see how that goes. There is another production company who is interested in doing stuff with him, who apparently is being pretty competitive with their rate and have more people to offer. So I'm not gonna kill myself over this. I do think it's a good opportunity, but it's also a risk and an investment. So I don't have a ton of time or revenue or anything to just throw away in hopes that this thing does well and I can start making good money off of the percentage. So we'll see. If anything, might just have a nice day on the green.